YouTube, what's going on, guys? We are back for our NFL Sunday slate of action, guys. I have a massive card similar to Saturday. I have my biggest card to date that I'm releasing on YouTube for this Sunday's NFL slate of action. Bigger than any card that I've released so far this season. Guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I haven't had one losing Sunday this entire season on this channel. That's going to continue this weekend. Let's start with the first game, guys, in Madrid. We're going to Europe. Buenos días. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? We have the Washington Commanders on a neutral field, obviously, against the Miami Dolphins. Guys, there's not a ton to talk about here. This Commanders team is absolutely horrific right now. I can't tell you how many times in my life I've seen any NFL team lose 4 straight games by 20-plus points. This line right now is sitting at Miami Dolphins minus 2.5. I've seen a ton of bad NFL teams over the course of the last handful of years, the last decade, 2 decades, however far back you want to go. We've seen winless teams. Detroit Lions win 0 games over the course of an entire season. We've seen, I don't know how many horrific New York Jets teams, how many horrific Cleveland Browns teams, how many horrific Cincinnati Bengals teams, over the course of our lives. These are some of the worst teams, worst franchises in the sport routinely. I can't tell you the last time I've seen any of those teams lose 4 straight games by 20-plus points. Dan Quinn decided this week he's going to take over defensive play calling duties from Joe Witt. I talked about it earlier in this season. This is how Dan Quinn's tenures always go. Whether he's a defensive coordinator in Dallas, whether he's a head coach in Atlanta, whether he's a head coach now in Washington, his defenses consistently get worse over time. He doesn't adjust. He's able to make an adjustment his first year with whichever team he's in. They see a significant improvement defensively. And then he continues doing the same things that he's had success with, but other teams adjust, catch on, and he doesn't readjust. And we're seeing that now with Washington. Obviously, the quarterback, Jaden Daniels, is hurt. He's out. This defense is abysmal. They're giving up chunk plays, chunk yards, in the air, on the ground, giving up loads of points. You can't lose by 20-plus 4 weeks in a row if you're not awful on defense. They're also awful on offense. We're seeing a Miami Dolphins team over the course of the last couple of weeks starting to play better, starting to put in better effort, better performances, playing better offensively, playing better defensively. Yes, they didn't do great against the Baltimore Ravens a couple weeks ago, about 10 days ago, if you will, on Thursday night. But that's a significantly better Baltimore team. It was also on a short week than who they're facing right now in Washington. I'm not sure if this Washington team is even checked in, if you will. They might be checked out. They might have packed it in. Their quarterback's out. They're not playing good. They're getting blown out week in, week out. We've seen other teams give up on Dan Quinn when he's a head coach. The Atlanta team gave up on him at the end of his tenure. I'm not suggesting the Washington team has given up on Quinn just yet, but I wouldn't be shocked if we're close to that. And we're also seeing the same thing with their offense, with Cliff Kingsbury, Same thing happens to him. His offenses, come out of the gates quickly. We saw that last season, and then defenses adjust. And he's not able to adjust to the adjustments that the defenses are making. And the offense is slowing down. Now, of course, they got injuries. Their quarterback is out. But even when they were healthy, we didn't see the best of this offense since the early portions of last season. Give me the Miami Dolphins in Europe, in Madrid, minus 2.5 points as my first play for this weekend. Second play, guys. I'm going to try and keep these analyses concise again because I got a ton of plays to go over. It's not second in the sense of on the card. It's the later afternoon game. But we're going to Arizona. We have the San Francisco 49ers laying 3 points, guys, on the road at Arizona. I don't see why so many people like San Francisco in this spot, guys. I really don't see it. This San Francisco team is beat up. They're beat up offensively. They're beat up defensively. Yes, you get some performances from them that are a little bit above their head, where they're winning games and they're performing pretty well. These two teams faced off in San Francisco earlier this season. The Cardinals had them beat, and they blew the game. They gave it away late in the game. I don't think San Francisco is going to have that kind of luck this weekend, guys. This Arizona team is well coached. They're performing better offensively now with Jacoby Brissett. He's a little bit steadier of a hand at QB. Defensively, we know Gannon's going to have his team prepared. They're going to have some new wrinkles for this San Francisco 49ers offense. I just think this 49ers team is playing a little bit above their head. They got blown out last weekend. Granted, the Rams are a better team than the Cardinals are. Yes, the Cardinals also got blown out, but I think Seattle right now is a better team than San Francisco is. I wouldn't be entirely shocked. I'm not going to say it's impossible. I know this is going against a little bit of what I'm saying, but I can't be entirely shocked if San Francisco does win this game. I just think laying 3, that means they have to win by 4+, is too many. I think there's a very good chance if San Francisco does win this game, it's by 3 or less. It's by 1, 2, maybe 3. I don't see San Francisco winning this game by 4, 5, or 6 points, guys. And in addition to that, the reason why the Cardinals are the play is ultimately, when I break this game down, I think the Cardinals win this game outright. Give me the Cardinals +3 at home on Sunday. Next game I want to talk to you guys about. I'm going to save the best bet for last. The next game I want to talk about is the Buffalo Bills at home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a game in which Buffalo right now is laying 5.5 points against Tampa. We've seen and talked about both of these teams on this channel as well. This is stylistically a game where I think both teams are going to struggle on the ground, running the ball. I think the Bills might have a little bit more success running the ball because they have the capability of utilizing Josh Allen in the run game with designed runs. But at the end of the day, both teams defensively are going to be able to stop the ground attack. So what does that mean? That means both teams are going to have to rely on throwing the ball. And I think both teams are going to have success throwing the ball. I don't see a way, realistically speaking, where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to go into Buffalo, especially if the performance we saw from the Bills last weekend, and beat the Buccaneers. Let me check what the money line is right now because I want to get this number right. I think the best bet in this game is the Buffalo Bills -250 on the money line. I think the Bills are too good of a team. I'm not entirely sure they're going to cover the 5.5. I'm a little bit concerned about that because, as I mentioned, I think Buffalo does have some success throwing the ball. We've seen Baker Mayfield in these spots really give oppositions all they can handle throwing the ball in the air. And I don't see Buffalo having enough of a dominant pressure from their defensive line to stymie Baker Mayfield in the pass attack. So I think Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers are going to be able to put up some points. But at the end of the day, at home in Buffalo, coming off of an awful performance in Miami last weekend, I think we see a rebound performance, and ultimately, I think the Bills win this game. Give me the Bills money line -250. A second bet that I like in this game, touching on what I just talked about, both teams being able to move the ball through the air. Obviously, what I'm referencing here is the over. Let me check the line on this. Give me the over as a second bet, 46.5 in Buffalo, Tampa Bay. Give me a second here, 1 second, guys. This number is trending down right now. I see a lot of people hammering the under, and I just don't really understand why that is. As I mentioned, both teams are going to struggle on the ground. In order for games to go under, you really have to control the clock. I talked about it on my Thursday night preview. Jets like to run the ball. Patriots like to run the ball. They do it a lot. They're both top 10 offenses in rush attempts. Neither of these teams are going to have success on the ground. So it's going to force them to throw the ball. And I think both teams are going to have success throwing the ball. You're going to see explosive plays. You're going to see a lot of points on the board. I think both of these teams are into the mid-20s, 24-25. And this game gets into the 50s when it's all said and done. Give me the over. I forgot the number already. 46.5, I think I said it was. Over 46.5, Buffalo, Kansas City. Yes, over 46.5, Buffalo, Kansas City. Buffalo, Tampa Bay, excuse me, what am I talking about? That leads me into my next pick. I'm a little bit all over the place here. This is my biggest card in the NFL. We have Kansas City on the road at Denver. The Kansas City Chiefs are laying 3.5 points, guys. I don't want to talk too much about the side. I see a ton of people liking the Chiefs this weekend. I don't see a huge edge on the Chiefs laying 3.5 points here. The main argument, the main reasoning people have is Chiefs can't afford to lose this game, and they can't. Right now, they're not in the playoffs. If the playoffs started today, which it doesn't, they would be outside looking in. So this is a must-win game for the Kansas City Chiefs. I agree with that, yes. But just because it's a must-win game doesn't mean the Chiefs end up winning this game. This is a stout Denver team. They're very good defensively. They're able to move the ball offensively. Bo Nix is a solid player. They're at home. It's a tough team to beat at home. I know Mahomes has had a lot of success intra-division against all of these teams, but these teams are improving. They're getting better. I'm not saying Denver's going to win this game. I'm not saying Kansas City's going to win this game. What I'm saying is stay away from betting the side. Where is the edge in this game? Just like what I talked about previously. Both of these teams are strong defending the run. Both of these teams are going to be forced to throw the ball. I don't like this total as much as I like the previous total, but I do like this. Give me the over. Let me double check. I think it's 44.5, if I'm not mistaken. Give me the over 44.5 points in this game. Guys, in order for this game to go under 44.5, realistically speaking, this game's going to have to finish 24-20. That's a realistic score that could happen. 24-20, 23-20. In my opinion, that's the minimum number of points that these teams are going to put up. This isn't going to be a game in the teams. This isn't going to be a 17-13 type of game, guys. This isn't going to be a 19-16 type of game. So if you're looking at taking the under, the margin for error is almost zero. You're looking at this landing on 43-44, and that's it. I think both these teams score into the 20s. Yes, they're both very good defensively. I've talked about how much I love Spagnuolo. I've talked about how good this Denver Broncos defense is. They're missing Pat Surtain. And guess what? If one of these offenses is able to get things going through the air, it's going to force the other offense to play catch up and to also play through the air. The only way this game finishes 20-17, 23-20 is if neither one of these offenses is able to figure out the opposition and they both play the game close to the vest. I don't think that's the case here. When you're taking an under against Kansas City, you have to hope Mahomes doesn't figure it out offensively. Without Pat Surtain, with this offense improving, I think the Chiefs figure out how to get this pass attack going, and that's going to force Denver to get their pass attack going, which I think it will. Give me the over 44.5 in Denver on Sunday night. Let's move into the best bet for my NFL card, guys. The last game that I want to talk about. It's already a 14-minute video. I apologize for lengthening this a little bit longer than I anticipated. We faded this team last week, guys, on Monday night. We got burned. You have the Detroit Lions on the road getting 2.5 points against the Philadelphia Eagles. I learned my lesson on Monday, guys. I had a 5-star banger on the Green Bay Packers. It was a neck-and-neck game. We lost it. I don't want to sit here and make excuses. A couple of plays go our way. Just like any other game, really. We end up winning that game. The Packers end up beating themselves. It leads right into what I want to talk about, guys. If you want to beat this Eagles team, you have to do everything almost perfectly. This Eagles team does not beat themselves. They're at home. This is a team that's elite, as we know, in short yardage. This is a team that is able to make plays in the ground game, able to make plays in the pass game when necessary. I see the love that a lot of people have for the Detroit Lions. They're a very, very good team. But guys, there's a gulf in class, in my opinion, between these two teams. The Philadelphia Eagles are the reigning Super Bowl champions. The Detroit Lions are a very good regular season team. Dan Campbell has taken over play calling offensively. This is a different animal they're going up against with the Eagles offensively and defensively. Teams are able to score the ball on this Detroit Lions team. This Eagles defense is elite. I don't see how this number is sitting only at 2.5, guys. The Philadelphia Eagles are going to win this game. The question is by how much? They're going to win this game by 3. They might win this game by 7. They might win this game by more than 7. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles minus 2.5 points, guys, as the best bet for my entire NFL slate of action for this weekend. At the end of the day, guys, this Eagles team is in a different class than the Detroit Lions. In addition to that, they are very, very difficult to beat. We saw it on Monday Night Football. Even when the Packers play A-plus style defensive football, it's not enough to beat this team because you have to bring A-plus style football offensively, defensively, special teams, head coach, situationally. You have to do everything right. The Detroit Lions will not do that on Sunday. It just takes one mistake to lose to the Philadelphia Eagles. This team, I love, and I know a lot of people are gonna hate this statement. I love the way that they play. They force you to play mistake-free football for 60 minutes in order for you to beat them. I know I faded them on Monday. I know I said I thought the Packers were going to beat them. I was wrong in that. This Eagles team is outstanding, guys. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles minus 2.5 points as the best bet on the entire card, NFL Sunday night. It's an amazing game, great entertainment. It's going to be a good game. The Detroit Lions are a damn good team. It's going to be fabulous entertainment, but at the end of the day, the Eagles are going to win that game. Take the Eagles minus 2.5. Guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I've given you guys loads and loads and loads of plays for this weekend. I haven't had a losing weekend since I've started this channel. That's going to continue this weekend. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll be back on Monday for more winners.